tide was a bit lower, I think I would take a chance going through here. But today it's still pretty close to the top of the ceiling, so you don't want to bang your head and go unconscious or something. Anyway, it's right here near the bridge. Azur Maiko Beach is right over there. Let me introduce you to it. You'll see in a little while what it looks like with my head inside.
So I wasn't planning to actually go through the tunnel today, on this day. I just wanted to show what the conditions were like near the entrance where I could easily escape. But the current was quite strong pulling into the tunnel, and it just rapidly got quicker and quicker as I got in, and I was just kind of debating whether to go with it or not. And at a certain point it reached, as you can see here, about 1 meter per second. I'm not finning at all, just moving right on through.
Maybe I'll take a chance going through. It's scary though.
So the scary part is that the right side of the tunnel, the south side of the tunnel, is completely exposed to the waves. And I'll attach that video, but I have been in there when the waves were smashing really hard and hit my head on the ceiling. Anyway, it goes down to about 6 meters, which is about 19 and a half feet. It's kind of like a lunar landscape on the bottom. Each different level has a window, so 3, I call them windows, but they're actually just ports that go out to the sea. And I'm an adrenaline junkie, so yeah, I enjoy it, though the entire time I'm thinking maybe I made a mistake by going in. But I have a lot of confidence that I can probably escape if I don't get knocked unconscious while in there. You can see along the top of these portholes that there is air, which is from the waves just constantly smashing down into there. This section here is a bit calm. I only have about maybe a foot of space to breathe in. Here's when it gets a bit scary. You can see it surge up and down. This is when I kind of, just want to be ready for any kind of impact that I might sustain. Here are the first level, what I call windows, and that's the second section, second level down. Normally on less stormy days, you're going to find lots of fish just hanging out here, completely startled when a human goes by. And right below that you can see that third level. So back into the tunnel. It's quite noisy. This section here is, there's a crack. I guess it was constructed in 2 parts. So found the actual split in the structure. You can see the entrance behind me where I came in. I'm about halfway through the tunnel now. And and about maybe 5 minutes into the journey. It's about a 10-minute one-way trip through. And although it looks quite bright here in this video, it's much darker when you're actually in there. Here's as close as I can get to a bird's eye view with my selfie stick. If you're wondering what that pink thing is floating on the end of the selfie stick, it is my extra battery for the GoPro.
That's where I came
I've
from.
also got a...
This is where... That's where I'm going to. Uh-oh, wave's getting bigger. Shoot.
I've also got a pair of emergency scissors in case my dive knife is not enough to get me out of some kind of entanglement. As you can hear, this area is never quiet. But then again, it feels like everywhere I dive in Kobe, the waters are never quiet. There's always something clanging or shuffling or scraping in the sea. Okay, so this is a very rocky portion where I'm just hoping it doesn't get worse. I will attach that video because you can see how I escaped after banging my head twice. Down to the third level. Once again, usually there are a lot of fish out here, but today with the rocky seas, not much. So I decided to show you guys the outside, the other side of the seawall, where this tunnel is. And so this is the Seto Inland Sea, and I was not expecting this. These cormorants, they're graceful swimmers, but look at them. Very few of them can actually... Very few of those cormorants can actually fly up from that position there without having to hit the water and then bounce up and get up into the air. This was beautiful. I must say that Japan has some of the most beautiful skies, cloud formations that I've seen anywhere in the world, and consistently. Like, sometimes it feels like every day I'm looking at beautiful cloud formations. That is the Akashi Bridge in the background. It used to be the world's longest suspension bridge, the central span of it. There is a bridge now in Turkey, is it? That is now longer. That was built in 2022, or opened in 2022. But for almost 24 years, the Akashi Bridge was the longest in the world. Anyway, I'm going back into the tunnel. I do want to mention that when you're on that outside section, sometimes there have been times where I've prayed to God that I was going to make it out alive because the current was so strong in ways that I could not get back to shore from either side of the reef without struggling with all my strength. At this point, I know that the exit is not too far away, and The plan is just to dive to the bottom and swim all the way till I get out. Usually, those end areas of these tunnels is a great hangout for big fish, black sea bream, kurodai, and kobudai, the Asian sheepshead wrasse, a gigantic fish with a big bump on its forehead. Anyway, here we go. Enjoy. But I must say it was like a ghost town. Sorry. A few sea bream. That's about it. These guys here are, I believe, this catfish-like looking, very small fish that is poisonous. It's got a poison barb on it. But they don't bother you if you don't bother them. And I'm out. That is the Azur Maiko beach in the background towards shore. I'm coming around the corner to the beach side. That round thing down there is the top end of a tetrapod that's buried in the sand. The water temperature, it's quite cold. This is in January, so it's about 9 degrees. I was hitting 9 degrees at the low points. There's a seagull feather right there. Anyway, that's about 48.2 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where I started, in the background there, near the main, entrance area for the Azur Maiko beach. And here you can kind of get an idea of how big the seawall is. The tunnel is just in that last portion of it. And you can barely see the light at the end of the tunnel here, that pinpoint white dot in there. Once again, the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge. Beautiful bridge. It's lit up at night. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I do not recommend this dive for this passage through the sea tunnel to anyone who is not a good swimmer. It's dangerous. There have been many times where I thought I was going to die. So I don't recommend it to anyone who's not willing to take the risk of dying.